So today I am doing a 500 item decluttering challenge. I have seen these on YouTube where people are getting rid of anything from paper clips to pieces of furniture. So nothing is too big or too small. And at first I was like, there is no way I can get rid of 500 items. I feel like I'm pretty good about getting rid of items that we no longer need, want, or use. But I was thinking about it and I was like, I know I have things in my drawers and closets that have been there for years that I no longer need and I need to get rid of them. So, what I'm going to do today is go room by room and starting with the kitchen. And I'm going to go through and going to see what I can get rid of. And I have printed off a 500 item decluttering tracker. So as I go through room by room, I will be filling in the boxes. And I may surprise myself. I might end up with 500 items or more. We shall see. Okay, so I went through the cupboards and the refrigerator, and I have quite a pile here. I am going to count and see how many items I have to get rid of. So I have some sauces here. I'm pretty sure this soy sauce expired back when Obama was still president. This coffee cup has a chip right where you drink out of, so I don't want to keep that. I have this Tupperware container, and it's for bread, but I never, ever use it. Then I have these glass water dispensers or juice drink dispensers. I have no use for this one. The stand actually broke. And this one here, the lid is all rusty. So I'm just going to throw this one out. So that is actually 49 items for the kitchen. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. So here are also a few pens that I will be taking up to work. So that actually makes 51 items for the kitchen. All right, on to the living room. So I didn't find a whole lot of items in the living room. I found a pair of earbuds that we no longer use, a bookmark, a couple remotes, and just a couple more manuals, and a book that I'm getting rid of. Usually when I start a book, I can always finish them, but for some reason I can never get into this one, so I'm getting rid of that as well. So that makes 8 items for the living room, bringing my total up to 59. I noticed I have a couple expired coupons on here. I'm getting rid of those. And I also don't want that little magnet there anymore. So that is 3 more items. We are now at 62. All right, we are now in the bathroom. I will be going through the closet and then also the vanity under the sink. Okay, I found a couple more items in the bathroom. The absolute worst razors. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw those away. And then just random odds and ends from like electric razors. So altogether, that is 29 items from the bathroom. So that brings my total up to 91. So we have not even reached 100 yet, but I am saving certain closets for last because I know I have so much stuff in some of them. Okay, so I was going through some of my makeup, and here is a brush that I'm getting rid of as well. So that makes our total 92. Okay, so now we are going to do the guest bedroom. Okay, so this is some of the most random junk. Honestly, I don't know what else to call it. These are some nesting boxes. I'm getting rid of those. I don't want them. I don't use them. We no longer have a printer or copier. I don't know what that is. We don't use that. Here's a big box. I'm getting rid of this. I emptied out what was in here. So I'm getting rid of this cardboard. Actually, I'm keeping these. The rest of this stuff is just junk. I don't know what this cord goes to or what it's for. Same with this right here. This was actually just a sample of when I got my car wrapped the first time. They gave me a sample to keep, but since it's no longer this color, I am just going to throw this away. Then I have some cloth napkins. I'm getting rid of those. There's just a pile of junk, keychains and whatnot. A couple notebooks. So I'm going to count this up and we'll see what we have. And I forgot to mention also a bedspread that I no longer want. So I have a count and I have 58. This is a whole pile of just random stuff. Back when I was a waitress, every time the servers got a good review, they would get these stars. So that brings our total to 150. Still have a long way to go. This is actually taking way longer than I expected it would. I was actually just going to go until I reach 500. I didn't even know I had this. Getting rid of that. And I had found a picture of my little sister. I'm not getting rid of this. I'm keeping this. And I also wondered why I had this random notebook. And it was actually when we were filming Breaking Amish, I had written everything down every day, what we did each day, what we were filming. So I guess I'll keep this as well. Then I have some sheets and pillowcases. I have no match for them. So I do have an extra set, so I'm actually going to get rid of these as well. So I'm going to count everything and see what our total is. I have 83 items. A lot of them were just small items. I do have some old credit cards that I need to shred. And also, I had gotten distracted by my CDs. I actually had a lot of these when I was still Amish. So yes, I knew all about the Barbie song. And I had forgotten that I had some of these. I don't even know what some of these are. Justin Bieber, really? And I don't care what anybody says, Nickelback is awesome. Alright, so my total is now 233. We are almost halfway through. I am trying to hurry because my friend and I are going to go see a movie this afternoon. We are going to go see the Colleen Hoover movie. I think it's called Regretting You. So I'm looking forward to that. And again, this is taking so much longer than I expected. I already know what I will be getting rid of in here. This shirt, it's a pretty color, but it's just not for me. So I will be listing this on Poshmark. I have my little helpers in here. And I don't have just a whole lot, but those pool noodles, I use them to keep my boots upright so they don't fall over. But I don't need all these extra ones, so I'm getting rid of those. I have a couple bags, so I'm going to get a count on that. Here's some stretching workout bands. I no longer use these. So that is actually 18, so I'm going to go add that to my total. That brings us up to 251, which is now just over halfway. Next, I'm going to tackle these closets. So that should actually get us quite a bit closer to 500. I may have forgotten to start recording when I was cleaning out this closet here. I did find several items. I have some curtain rods that I will not be holding on to. And then just some random cleaners and stuff that there's nothing much left in there. Hardly here either. I don't use this on my car anymore since it has a wrap on it. I have a different way of cleaning it. And then here are just some attachments for the vacuum that I don't use. So I'll be throwing that away as well. So that is 17 items. Let's go ahead and add that up. That brings our total to 268. So my garbage bin is full. I'm going to go ahead and take this out. I don't know, y'all. I may not find 500 items to get rid of. And it doesn't really help that I'm in a hurry as well, because it is now getting to the point where I need to get ready here in a little bit, because my friend and I are going to go see a movie. But I'm going to tackle this other closet, and let's see what we'll come up with. Alright, so I went through that closet as well. There's another manual for something, air purifier, I think. Then just some random things. Pair of shoes that has seen better days. I used to wear those when I was mowing grass, but lawn mowing season is over, and they have seen better days, so I will be throwing those out. And I do keep some canned goods in this closet as well. And these have expired, so I will be throwing that out. Just some things for the dogs. They used to wear these when they get sent home from the groomer. And I will count and see what I got. This is actually some Plasti Dip that we had ordered several years ago at this point. We were going to use it on my rims on my car, but obviously we ended up never using it. So that makes 19 items, bringing the total to 287. And I have actually went through the whole house now. I might take a pass through the basement. Actually, I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm going to take a quick sweep through the basement just to see if I can find some things to get rid of. Like I said, I've been through the whole house upstairs, and I'm only at 287. So I'm not going to take you down there with me. My battery is ready to die, so I'm going to put you on the charger, and I'm going to go see what I can find to throw away. Alright, I'm back up from the basement. There's nothing much down there besides our workout equipment, and I'm not getting rid of that. So I did swap out the air furnace filter, and I found another user manual for our what do you call it? The thing you walk on or run on, the treadmill. I don't know why we hold on to these manuals, like these user manuals. It's all online. And then I also got rid of a little bucket of damp rid. That's literally just 3 items. So I am not even close to 500 yet, but I do have an idea of how to reach it. Alright, so that was 3 items in the basement, bringing our total to 290. Now, I do have an idea of how to reach 500. Get rid of your paper clutter. And I hate to call this clutter, but you know, for how many years are you going to hold on to greeting cards from people? And I might keep the ones from my grandparents and parents, but I'm going to go through these and just get rid of some. This one is actually from my aunt and uncle. My uncle, who was killed almost a year ago. It's just over a year ago. So I will be keeping this one for sure. So it's kind of crazy going through these. Like, I feel bad, but like, usually we keep these and just shove them in a drawer somewhere or in the back of a closet and never look at them again until we decide to get rid of them. And then we feel bad. But yeah, you can't hold on to everything. look, I found an old phone case. I'll add that to the mix. All right, I think that's all the paper clutter I have, so I'm going to count and see how much I got here. So here's a stack of 88, and I did find a couple more random things in that drawer. A phone case, a key that I have no idea what it goes to. That is Lester's. I need to ask him what that goes to. So that makes a total of 94. So that brings us to 381. I think my marker's losing its color. So you know what? I'm going to throw this one away too, and I'll add one more, which is 382. And I have been through my whole entire house, paper clutter, and I'm at 382. So that is how my 500 item declutter went. And like you've seen, I only made it to 382. And I really don't know what else to get rid of unless I just go through the house and just start throwing stuff away. But I feel like I did pretty good. I emptied a whole garbage bag full, plus other random things I just threw directly into the garbage. And then I have a pile of stuff that I'm going to either just give away or donate, whatever. I thought it was pretty fun. Honestly, I do feel a lot better just getting rid of stuff. And yeah, my house just feels a little bit less cluttered now. So I hope you all have a good day. Thank you for being with me today. And I am going to go eat something because I am starving.